I have officially decided 2026 is the year of finding our personal style. At least it is for me, and I hope it is for you too. I'm so tired of constantly being influenced by lots of major retailers doing sales that make me just want to buy random clothes without thinking about where they fit in my personal style, or being influenced by someone online and buying the same shirt or sweatshirt or dress that literally everyone else buys because it looks good on that person, or just seeing something that is honestly so cute and thinking I need to add it instantly to my wardrobe without even thinking if it honestly fits in there. If you felt any of those things, I feel like I finally have found the solution to help me start intentionally thinking about what pieces to add to my closet and actually figure out what those pieces are. Listen, I am not a fashion girly and I am not a personal stylist by any means, which is why I think I can be helpful if you're watching this video, because I'm just like a normal person figuring out my own style, and these are the ways that I do it without having this innate fashion sense in mind. I do want to say, I think I've come to this realization that fashion truly is a hobby, and it's a hobby to have time to think about your personal style. So if you don't have the money or time to invest in this, whether you want to or you just don't have it, like, I don't think that you need to. But I've just found fashion to be really interesting. I love seeing other people reflect their personality through their style, and it's something that I've always yearned to do, but I haven't been able to figure out exactly how to do so because honestly, I haven't really made time or space for it. So 2026, I have decided to fully lock in, and I'm sharing with you actually how I've figured this out because I have scrolled through so many videos of finding your personal style and how do you buy clothes that fit you and look good on you and that you like and that will live in your closet forever. And I have tried the whole, curated wardrobe and capsule wardrobe and all of these things, and none of them have really clicked for me, but I have found a new method that I think is really, really going to help. But before we get into all of that, hi, if you haven't met me, my name is Haley. I love creating all kinds of lifestyle content on here. I talk about books, I talk about budgeting, I talk about planning and organization, and Notion, my favorite tool ever. So if you like any of those things or just love chatting about being a girly, I would love to have you subscribe to this channel and stick around because this is such a fun community to be part of. So anyways, what I'm going to walk through in this video is one, how I actually determined my personal style and what looks good on me and what I like. And then also you'll be able to kind of figure out how to learn those things yourself. And then the second is actually an exercise to figure out what items are actually ones that I truly want in my closet and what I can invest my money in versus randomly shopping and buying pieces and then never wearing them. So hopping right into how I defined my personal style. The first thing was just looking at myself as an individual, looking at my body, looking at my coloring, and figuring out what looks flattering on me. Now, fashion isn't all about what looks good on you, but I am very much a believer that if you feel like you look good, then you'll feel good about what you're wearing. And I think honestly that is tied to what looks good on you. Now again, all subjective, but this is what I found works for me. The first thing that I have become so obsessed with is my color season. Through lots of online quizzes and just looking at my coloring and even some testing myself, I have found out that I am a soft summer. Soft summer tends to lean more towards muted, kind of cooler colors. Soft summers I think are technically neutral, but we lean more cool. So basically like anything orange is completely thrown out the window. That does not look good on me. Anything really warm tinted is just gonna make me look really sickly. And as you can tell, I am quite pale. My skin does not tan at all. So muted colors tend to look best on me, although I can still wear like deep navies, deep maroons, and things like that. Honestly, this has been so extremely helpful because oftentimes I will go online and I will see like this beautiful olive shirt or sweater that looks amazing on this model. And I'm like, oh my gosh, that's so cute. I want to buy it. But then it helps me kind of check myself because one, I do not look anything like the model. Two, my coloring is generally different than the models. So even though that looks really good on them, it's probably not going to translate to looking well on me, just purely because of my color season. So that's been really helpful with the process of elimination when choosing what colors to buy, especially if it's something online. I will say, as a part of this, I've been trying more and more to shop in person, or at least go see pieces in person when I can, because oftentimes online the coloring is wrong, and it's most helpful when you can actually go and try the pieces on. I am tall, like I'm 5'11", so sometimes I literally cannot get the pieces because they don't carry talls in stores ever, anywhere. It is so frustrating. But most of the time I've been trying to intentionally go try things on. Also, it's just so much more fun to try things on in person. It's a whole experience, and that's what I think makes shopping exciting. If you're trying to figure out your color season, there are different tools online where you can upload a picture and then pull out the colors in your tones. You can also try little like free filters, seeing colors. Sometimes it's just even like taking a bunch of shirts or colors that you have and putting them up to your face and recording it, and kind of doing the process of elimination to see what works best on you. You can also go see a specialist. I feel very confident in my coloring, so I don't feel like I need to see someone. So that is the color season. Now, the other thing, which is very basic, is figuring out my body shape. So I'm very much a pear or spoon shape. So I have a little bit more of like a smaller upper body and then wider hips. Things that look good on me, and also what I tend to gravitate towards anyway before I even knew this, are wide or straight leg pants. Skinny jeans are not for me. I had that era back in high school and college, and I do not miss it. For my tops, anything cropped or like hitting at the waistline, anything that goes over my waist is just really like making my body look very disproportionate. So having basically my shirt meeting the top of my pant or skirt line is like perfect. And also layering is super great for this style. So I feel like I have kind of figured out like what looks most flattering. I figured out the dress style, the pant style, etc. And for figuring out my shape, there are just literally like calculators, I think, even online. You can upload like your shoulder width, your chest width, your waist, and your hips, and then it will tell you basically what shape you are. Those are kind of like my two baseline foundations that help me eliminate a lot of outfit options, because I think it's really easy, again, to like see someone in a piece and think they look amazing, but then it doesn't really translate back onto yourself. The next activity that I did was defining my 3 personal style words. This was a trend that someone on TikTok, and I'm going to try to link her below because I don't remember her name, but she came up with this method of basically every single person has 3 words that attribute to their personal style. This was so fascinating. I watched so many TikToks on it. She's so incredible just talking about this concept. She goes through different celebrities and walks through their 3 words that she attributes to their personal style. And this has been really, really helpful when thinking about clothes, because again, I see so many styles. Like I see a preppy style and I'm like, wow, that is so cute, because it's perfect for that person and their personal style. But then when I put on like a Peter Pan blouse, like I may like it for a day or two, but it doesn't really feel like me. Defining these 3 words took some time. I'm not going to try to walk through it myself. I think the person who developed the concept did such an amazing walkthrough just explaining how to choose it. But basically, it's looking at a bunch of different fashion words and kind of figuring out what 3 words either describe your personal style or what you want your style to be. Like, what do you want to both feel and also the impression you want to give off? You can do a lot of different activities. One is also just going on Pinterest and pinning a bunch of outfits that you like, and then looking at the different outfits and trying to figure out, like, using words, what are similar lines between the outfits, which is basically what I did for my own. So I went on Pinterest, I made a Pinterest board, and then I went through and asked myself, like, what are common themes that I'm seeing in these outfits? So my 3 words, my first word is oversized. One, I really like oversized. I like leaning into especially like wide leg baggy pants. Again, that fits both my body shape. It also really translates well on me being a tall person. And also it was something I was pinning constantly. I really enjoyed outfits that had some sort of baggy, either large baggy jacket or baggy pants, very oversized. And additionally, I'm someone who likes to be comfortable. I do not like tight-fitting clothes, and so oversized just feels very comfortable to me and just fits my lifestyle. My second word is soft. So soft can be translated in a few different ways. One, again, I could kind of see a lot of the outfits that I was pinning having like soft, really gentle sweaters. But also overall, this feeling of not quite cottagecore, but a little bit more gentle in my styling. I don't have like harsh lines. I don't have like a grunge look at all. I don't have a super prim and proper look. Honestly, it's just like a very gentle, soft look. I love flowy dresses. Again, I love those larger flowy pants. I love soft cardigans. So honestly, that word just like felt perfect for me. And then my last word is 90s. I am very inspired by 90s fashion. I love 90s mini skirts. I love the 90s like little tank dress over a sweater. I love 90s layering. I love like the 90s dad short style, like everything about 90s fashion I love so much, and I love the modern translation of it. And that was just like very obvious to me in my pinning that a lot of the fashion that I was pinning was extremely 90s inspired. So I decided, let's like fully embrace it. I'm a 90s baby anyway, and that is going to be one of my words. So again, we have oversized, soft, and 90s, and those three words really drive the outfits that I'm building. And every time I'm building an outfit for my day, I'm thinking about how are my three words attributing to this. So for instance, like literally the outfit I am wearing today. So this sweater is an oversized sweater. It is also a very soft, gentle sweater, as well as a soft color, having this soft lavender. And then my 90s is my layering of course, a turtleneck under a crew neck type sweater. So like very easily, I'm encompassing my style. It is a very laid back, lax version of my style, but it's something that I literally didn't even think about when putting my outfit together, and it is already attributing all of my personal style into the pieces that I picked. Okay, so we've gotten through all of the figuring out your personal style and all of this, but now I had to figure out, how do I add pieces intentionally to my wardrobe that I actually want and will use? This exercise has really, really helped me. And out of it, I have gotten I think 9 or 10 items that I want to purchase in 2026 that are really going to add to my wardrobe and that I'm going to want to wear constantly. The exercise is, first, I have my Pinterest board of fashion. If you don't have a Pinterest board, I would just start doing one. I would spend a lot of time, maybe a few weeks, adding every so often to the Pinterest board instead of in a single sitting. Just that way, a lot of times your mood can drive your fashion habits and what you're pinning. So you want to make sure you're pinning throughout and across different weeks depending on what your mood is. I have my Pinterest board. I call it my 90s soft oversized board. And on it, I have just pinned looks and outfits that I feel like really fit into my personal style, that really catch my eye. And I think I want to recreate that. I think I would look good in that. We have the Pinterest board. Now, the second thing that I did was I quite literally took my iPad, took the Pinterest board, and I went through every single picture on my board and wrote down every element of the outfit they were wearing. Now, some of them I did very vague overviews. Some of them I would just skip pieces if I didn't love a specific piece. Overall, what I was trying to identify were what were the common item pieces that I was constantly pinning that were a base or foundational element of the outfits. Because if I could find the common threads of the outfits that I was pinning, then I could figure out, one, what already is in my closet that I don't need to purchase again, or maybe I need extras of because they are more of the foundation of my outfits. And then two, what's actually missing from my closet that would add to it and be able to build these outfits that I'm aspiring to in my own style. So I'll throw a little like screenshot here of basically that process of elimination. As you can see, I just have a list of items and then I have tally marks depending on how many times I had that item pinned in my board. So going through them, my most common themes that I saw, number one was very obviously a cardigan. I am a cardigan girly. I love an oversized cardigan. I like a normal size cardigan. I think they're very flattering. I love layering. that is just number one. Number 2 and 3 are wide leg light jeans as well as dark jeans. I very much already knew this, but I think I didn't realize that basically almost every single outfit that I pinned had some sort of jeans. So I think overall I overthought a lot about my wardrobe, and it was always like, I need to add like more fun pants and more stylish pants, because I found myself always just grabbing jeans and that's all I would ever buy. But looking at my board, honestly, that's the style that I gravitate to the most. That also fits with the 90s style being very denim driven. I don't know, that's just made me realize that I think jeans and denim is a very core part of my personal style, and I don't need to break away from that just because I feel like I need to do something different. Yeah, honestly, jeans was the only pant style that I had pinned on my entire Pinterest board, and I have, I think, about like 80 or so pins on that. So that was very, very obvious to me that jeans should be a core part of my closet, and I don't need to be like ashamed of that or try to be different. My next item were sweater vests, lots of different styles. A lot of them were tie front or also just normal sweater vests. Again, that really 90s style, the layering, that almost like grandpa dad core style that is like in my Pinterest board. So I loved seeing that. Fifth was just a plain sweater, just like what I'm wearing today. Again, very simple, very basic, good with layering. I noticed that I really don't gravitate towards a ton of really loud, busy patterns or outfits. Again, just gravitating towards that soft, gentle, very neutral look. And when I say neutral, I more so mean like neutral styling, not so much like neutral coloring. My next one was chunky loafers. I love a chunky loafer, and almost every single outfit I had either had Converse, which I love, chunky loafers, or black boots, which is another item that I saw constantly, which I love wearing those. I love wearing them in outfits. And so I think I'm just going to continue gravitating towards putting those and wearing them in my outfits. Lastly was just a basic layering tank. Again, that really was attributed to a lot of the cardigan outfits that I was seeing. I love a good basic tank, and also specifically more of like a cami style tank, which a few years ago I like stocked up on a ton of high neck camis because they were very cheap at Target. But I realized that doesn't really look quite flattering on me and doesn't really fit my personal style. So again, this has been so helpful to actually figure out like what are the specific styles and shapes and colors that my eyes actually drawn to versus a different version of it. All right, so those are all items that are a core part of my closet. And so when I think about making outfits, these are items that I can continue to lean on, that I know I'm always going to feel good in. Moving on now, I went through and identified what are recurring items that I'm seeing constantly on my Pinterest board that I don't yet have in my closet. And so I've curated a list of 9 items that I'm going to go through. So the first and most popular, which was absolutely shocking to me, was something yellow. Now listen, as a soft summer, I don't even think yellow is technically in my color palette. But here's the deal. I love the color yellow so much. I would love a yellow cardigan. And so I'm going to do my darndest to find a yellow cardigan that I feel confident and feel like I look good in. Now, I may not ever be able to find that, but it is something that my eye was constantly drawn towards. I think it just adds a little spark and joy into outfits. And so I want to see if I can find something that I can make work within my wardrobe. Next is a fitted white tee. So I actually really don't have a good fitted white tee, but it was a core piece of a lot of my outfits. Again, with the layering, with skirts, with pants, like fitted white tee is core, and I think it's just something that I need to invest in, finding a really good one that isn't see-through at all, that is really comfortable, isn't too tight, but also isn't too baggy or loose. Next item, which I already knew was going to be popular for myself, was some sort of gingham or plaid maxi skirt. I already have noticed myself being attracted to these as I see people putting them in outfits, as I see them on Pinterest. And that's just been like a very obvious, fun item that I've been wanting to add to my wardrobe. I just last year added my first maxi skirt ever to my wardrobe, which was a white maxi, and I loved it. So I'm excited to lean a little bit more into the maxi skirts. The next item was a mini type 90s dress. So I'll put one here, some sort of like tank type dress that I could do layering with. I can wear chunky loafers with. I had a bunch of these pinned and I just know I need to try it. I don't know if this is going to be very flattering on me. I'm kind of iffy on that, so I do want to try it on before I invest in it, but I know my eye has really been drawn towards it and I think I could make it work. Next, we talked about vests, but specifically a front tie vest. This was actually a style that I saw more on my board versus like a normal sweater vest, and it's something that I've always had my eye on, but I think I really need to invest in. The next item is a textured long white top, again, specifically for layering under those sweater vests, under maybe that 90s dress. And I think it would just be so fun to have some sort of like lacy or textured style top that I can layer with. Next item is actually a black mini skirt, or technically I would like to get a skirt, but I saw this in a lot of outfits, again, with some sort of oversized sweatshirt or sweater and with tights and, yes, you guessed it, loafers. This is like quintessential, I feel like 90s style brought into the modern age, and it's something I want to try. I've never had like a cute black mini skirt. Next item has been on my list absolutely forever. I've never been able to find a good pair, but I am committing myself this year that I'm going to try every single thrift store and every regular store until I can find a good dad short. I love the high-waisted, baggy, light wash dad shorts. I have always wanted them. I've been looking for them for like at least 5 years. So we're going to get them added because that was actually the only shorts style outfit that was on my board at all. So I need to make it happen. And lastly is a floral maxi skirt. Again, loving the maxi skirts along with the gingham one. I've been adding a lot of floral maxis. So having some sort of floral, again, just because I do gravitate towards less patterns. And so this will add a little bit more flavor to my wardrobe. So there you have it. Those are all of the items that I am looking for and how I figured out my personal style. I'm so excited for this year for intentional shopping. Again, I don't want to buy anything outside of these 9 items. And I think it's just really going to be helpful to stop me from impulse shopping, because I can always return to this list and be like, you know, you really want to save your money and your time and your effort looking for these items that you know you already love and are obsessed with and will actually add value to your closet, versus like this random jacket that you think looks really cool on this model or this influencer. I hope that was helpful. I think we should all band together and try to figure out our personal style instead of letting ourselves be influenced by companies and influencers to just buy things because they're on sale or because they look good on someone else. Thank you guys so much for watching, and let's make 2026 the year of personal style.